Hey guys, what's up? Crypto Marco here, and in today's video we're going to talk about the market, the NSA spying on Bitcoin users, and Switzerland becoming a bastion for ICOs. So, if you enjoyed the video, as always, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and comment down below, because among everybody who's commenting in my newest video, I'm giving away a small amount of enchanted Litecoin. So good luck, and don't forget to leave your Litecoin address. Now, as you can see, at the G20, not a lot of stuff was said about cryptocurrencies being regulated. So right now the market is relaxing a little bit. Money is getting into the market. Uncertainty is not as high as it was before. We can see that the boring sideline trend has came to a halt. And right now we're seeing some positive development. So maybe I'm going to make a video really soon on icon looping or Bitcoin dark, whatever. In any case, something that I've seen on CCN and that's very interesting is this report. The NSA has been tracking Bitcoin users, Snowden papers reveal. So in the Intercept article, we can see all the classified documents that were used to write this extensive report. So if you want to check it out on yourself, just go ahead and scroll to the bottom of the page. Then you'll see all the documents. The gist of it is basically this. Not to be mistaken for another Jason Bourne thriller, the Edward Snowden papers show a US government Bitcoin connection. The Intercept is reporting classified documents leaked by Snowden prove that the US National Security Agency in fact was keeping tabs on Bitcoin users globally, as evidenced by a report that surfaced from March 2013. The timing is curious, with the ink barely dry on an executive order signed by President Trump to ban Americans from transacting with Venezuela's Petrocoin. I made a video on that yesterday. In true spy agency style, the report is filled with code names and numbers, as well as cataloging and cross-referencing of data that ultimately help them track down the senders and receivers of Bitcoin's top secret excerpts. Reveal the NSA called its Bitcoin spying project Oakstar, and the initial focus on the mission was counter-terrorism focused. Of course, like always, it's always a fight against terrorism, not a fight against privacy. It doesn't appear that the NSA was randomly targeting people. They at least appear to have been monitoring groups that were using the level of anonymity allowed by Bitcoin transactions for clandestine purposes such as money laundering activities. If you've ever wondered what a top secret NSA entry looks like, here's a glimpse. NSA agent is hoping to use the access for their mission of looking at organized crime and cyber targets that utilize online e-currency services to move and launder money. These illicit finance networks prove users access to international monetary systems while providing a high degree of anonymity. Here's how it went down. The NSA was seemingly able to use the sophisticated tools available to the US spy agency to collect and analyze internet data, capabilities that were bolstered by, let's call it, a super software program that protected the identity of users. Bitcoin was one of the three areas of activity that were being watched, in addition to Liberty Reserve, which has since been shuttered amid money laundering with cryptocurrencies, and one other. Even though Bitcoin isn't the most anonymous cryptocurrency out there, it was the #1 priority for the NSA. While the blockchain is a public ledger, the NSA didn't stop there. They apparently gained access to users' computer systems, collecting information such as passwords, user sessions, and a media access control address. They also seem to have captured personal info such as billing details and IP addresses. The agency was set on uncovering the connection between what they called Bitcoin targets and the data they had. As for the timing of the reveal, it could just be a coincidence, but regardless, the more that the government tries to get its grips on blockchain movement, the more it seems to only embolden the cryptocurrency community to distance themselves further from the centralized financial systems. And when governments ask themselves, why do people actually need cryptocurrencies? This is the damn reason, because you can't even transfer anonymously currencies without being spied on by the NSA, goddammit. I mean, of course, probably that didn't monitor just, you know, average day Joes who only go to work every day. Maybe they were onto something, I don't know. But in any case, I don't want the government to know what I'm doing constantly. See this watch, it's a smart watch, so basically at all times my heart rate is getting monitored, and the data that is being collected, I only want to use it for my personal stuff. I only want to see my sleep schedule, I want to see my, you know, cardiac rhythm, I want to measure my workouts when I actually go work out. But how can I really be sure that the data is only being used for that and not being sent to my you know, health insurance? And that's really annoying, and that's exactly the reason why we need blockchain projects. Like right now, as you can see, not even Bitcoin is really anonymous. So if you want real anonymity, the only thing that you can do pretty much is maybe look for a more anonymous cryptocurrency such as Monero or maybe VeChain, and actually enable the anonymity function on VeChain, for example. Was it VeChain? I think it was VeChain. There are so many cryptocurrencies out there, I don't even know. But basically, guys, the government should not wonder that people actually want to be independent and just get away from this annoying system where everything's being monitored and you know, just being spied on. I mean, of course, these documents, it's under a code name, and like, are they 100% legit? That's of course something that other people have to find out. That's of course not my responsibility. I have to bring you the newest news that are going on in the cryptocurrency space. But regardless of that fact, it's just a fact that the government is trying to find out as much as possible about its citizens, and that's why it's something that we have to fight against. We have to find a way to leave the system and to not be dependent of centralized institutions such as the ICO or the central banks. End of the story. So let's continue with the next article, and that's on Switzerland becoming a bastion for ICOs. And Swiss people have always been very smart when it comes to money, and in this case, to prove it one more time, I've read through this whole thing. So in guideline, I mean, this was already published in February 2018, but in regards of the current happening, I think is really interesting. In guidelines published today, the Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority, FINMA, sets out how it intends to apply financial market legislation in handling inquiries from ICO organizers. The guidelines also define the information FINMA requires to deal with such inquiries and the principles upon which it will base its responses, creating clarity for market participants. So currently, as you are probably aware of it, ICOs are shooting like, you know, mushrooms out of the floor, and they're everywhere. And it's hard for, you know, the issuers because they're not sure how to regulate them properly. But Switzerland is really trying right now to become a bastion for ICOs, to attract as much ICOs as possible, because as the years progress, Switzerland just isn't the banking center of the world anymore. There are a lot of other opportunities out there where people can benefit from taxes and hide their money. So right now, you know, Switzerland has to reinvent itself in, you know, in some form of way, and that's why currently they are being really generous when it comes to ICOs. And I mean, there is a country that is, you know, that has a lot of experience with handling money, then it must be Switzerland. FINMA has seen a sharp increase in the number of initial coin offerings planned or executed in Switzerland, and a corresponding increase in the number of inquiries about the applicability of regulations. ICOs are a digital blockchain-based form of public fundraising for entrepreneurial purposes. Given a legal and regulatory framework with partially unclear applicability, FINMA is today publishing guidelines which complement its earlier FINMA guidance 2017. So if you want to check it out, it's right here. But I think that right now these ones are gonna open in German. Yes, they are German, but they are also available in English, of course. Now, setting out how it intends to treat inquiries from ICO organizers, creating transparency at this time is important given the dynamic market and high level of demand. So here they define furthermore what's a payment token, what's a utility token, and what's an ASIN token. And then they go on to discuss all the guidelines on what you have to look out for if you want to issue an ICO in Switzerland. Furthermore, Gibraltar in Spain also tried to provide a regulatory framework for ICO to attract, of course, investors from the outside, to attract money into the country, because it definitely is a huge chance for them. And something that I also found interesting in CCN is that we need an international discussion on cryptocurrencies. Yes, definitely, because, you know, guys, I have told you earlier, right now the market is kind of relieving itself. Right now the market is like, oh, thank God nobody's going to regulate Bitcoin to death. That's something that came out of the G20, but it's not a state that we can stay in perpetually. Like, we can't always fear, oh my God, what's going to be the next step? We really need like some definitive answers for questions on how to regulate cryptocurrencies and ICOs. Until then, we're really going to be at the mercy of, you know, moods of the market, and it's always going to constantly go up whenever a certain country says something against Bitcoin, and it's just really annoying because right now, you know, the markets are going up, but you have to be really careful with that. It might be very temporarily, it might be a really short amount of time, but in any case, you have to be really cautious. And everything I said in this video is my personal opinion and not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Be very careful, and when investing into cryptocurrencies, be very responsible. Never invest more that you can afford to lose. And keep in mind that this could, you know, maybe right now the market is increasing. We're in the bull market right now, but it could turn very bearish. And it could stay like that for weeks or months or maybe even the whole year. So nobody knows. And nobody knows who's going to win the Litecoin I'm giving away in each of my videos. But now we're going to find out. We have 23 comments from the last video, and let's see who the winner is going to be. Fruitboar Hank, nice vid. Well, thank you very much for your amazing comment. I see it's a really thoughtful comment you made. No, just kidding. Like, I'm in a good mood today, sir. I'm gonna send you $2 in Litecoin. So thank you very much for Litecoin not sent. What's going on? Let me just give him. Okay. I will try this one more time later. If it doesn't work, send me a message, but maybe I'm going to do it in the next video I will issue. In any case, thank you for your comment, guys, and good luck investing, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a thumbs up and comment down below. Check out my video I made yesterday on Trump banning Petro, and see you next time. Bye-bye.